Hello dear students, welcome to online biology class. Let us move to the next part of the topic, respiration in plants, and in this video I am explaining about fermentation. So let us move to the details of fermentation. Fermentation is anaerobic respiration. That means during fermentation, there is no involvement or utilization of oxygen. Without oxygen, the complex organic molecules are broken down. Under anaerobic condition, it is called fermentation. So let us have a look on a definition. Fermentation is defined as the incomplete oxidation of glucose under anaerobic condition. When glucose molecule is incompletely oxidized or partially broken down in the anaerobic condition, under anaerobic condition, the process is known as fermentation. Then question is, why the glucose molecule is incompletely oxidized? Due to the anaerobic condition, due to the absence of oxygen, the glucose molecule is subjected to incomplete oxidation under anaerobic condition, and the process is known as fermentation. And fermentation occurs in many prokaryotes, and also it is observed in unicellular eukaryotes such as the yeast. Bacteria are example for the prokaryotes which are carrying out fermentation. The lactic acid bacteria which converts the milk into curd, that is showing fermentation. And the yeast, which is unicellular fungi used in the production of bakery items, it is also showing anaerobic respiration or fermentation. So very simple definition of the fermentation. It states that incomplete oxidation of the glucose under anaerobic condition. When oxygen is not available, the respiratory substrate glucose, it is partially oxidized, and that process is known as fermentation. Give example for the organisms carrying the fermentation. Prokaryotes, example lactic acid bacteria, and unicellular eukaryotes, example yeast. So moving to the types of fermentation. Depending on end product of the fermentation, which compound or the molecule is produced at the end of fermentation, the fermentation is classified into two types such as alcoholic fermentation and lactic acid fermentation. These are the two types of fermentation based on the end product obtained after the completion of fermentation. What is the end product produced during fermentation? Depending on that, the fermentation is classified into two types: alcoholic fermentation and lactic acid fermentation. Here is the image of unicellular yeast, and this one is the image of lactic acid bacteria. Both of them are able to cause the fermentation, but yeast is example for unicellular eukaryote carrying the fermentation, and lactic acid bacteria is example for prokaryote carrying the fermentation. So try to remember these two types based on the end product. Which one is the end product at the end of the fermentation? The fermentation is classified into two types: alcoholic fermentation and lactic acid fermentation. Then moving to these types of fermentation one by one. Alcoholic fermentation, this is the description for that, and this one is schematic representation. And for 3-mark question, you need to make the practice of schematic representation of alcoholic fermentation as well as lactic acid fermentation. So alcoholic fermentation, here the pyruvic acid which is formed from glucose converted into carbon dioxide and ethanol, the enzyme pyruvic acid dehydrogenase and alcohol dehydrogenase catalyze the reactions with the help of yeast, or the example for the organism which is carrying out the alcoholic fermentation is yeast, and yeast poison themselves to death when concentration of alcohol reaches about 13%. Another very interesting point. What is alcoholic fermentation? Whether the respiration is aerobic or anaerobic, the first step of respiration is glycolysis, and glycolysis is taking place or it is occurring in the cytoplasm. When glycolysis is completed, the end product of the glycolysis is nothing but pyruvic acid. So glycolysis is common step of respiration for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So during the glycolysis, where it has completed or where it occurs in the cytoplasm, and end product of glycolysis is two molecules of pyruvic acid, and pyruvic acid is present in the cytoplasm itself, and this pyruvic acid under anaerobic condition, that means in the absence of oxygen, this pyruvic acid under anaerobic condition, it is converted into ethanol or ethyl alcohol along with the liberation of carbon dioxide. This process itself is known as alcoholic fermentation. That means to initiate the alcoholic fermentation, required molecule is pyruvic acid. Then from where the pyruvic acid is produced? The pyruvic acid is end product of glycolysis. In the cytoplasm itself, the pyruvic acid undergoes anaerobic condition. Under anaerobic condition, it undergoes the fermentation, and finally it produces the end product ethanol and carbon dioxide. When pyruvic acid is converted into ethanol and the carbon dioxide, the process of fermentation is called the alcoholic fermentation. Pyruvic acid is end product of glycolysis. Under anaerobic condition, it is converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide, and this type of fermentation is called alcoholic fermentation because end product is ethanol or ethyl alcohol. This conversion is catalyzed by two enzymes. One is pyruvic acid decarboxylase, which removes the carbon dioxide, and another is alcohol dehydrogenase, which removes the hydrogen. So alcohol dehydrogenase and pyruvic acid dehydrogenase, both of them are the enzymes involved in the alcoholic fermentation, and yeast is the organism used in the alcoholic fermentation. But here you need to concentrate, when alcohol concentration reaches up to 13%, the yeast poison themselves to death when concentration reaches up to 13%. When the concentration of alcohol in the fermentation reaches to 13%, the yeast poison themselves, and finally yeast is subjected to removal process because of the percentage of alcohol or the concentration of alcohol is 13%. So what are the points to remember for alcoholic fermentation? It is anaerobic respiration, The entire process is taking place in the cytoplasm. During alcoholic fermentation, end product of the glycolysis, that is pyruvic acid, it is converted into ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. The reaction is catalyzed by two enzymes, pyruvic acid decarboxylase and alcohol dehydrogenase. Yeast is used for the purpose of alcoholic fermentation. When alcohol concentration reaches up to 13%, yeast poison themselves and leading to the death if the alcohol percentage reaches up to 13%. These are the points that you need to remember for alcoholic fermentation. Then moving to the schematic representation here. For alcoholic fermentation also, the initial step is glycolysis. The glycolysis is started by glucose molecule. The glucose molecule, after step of the reactions, glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 6-phosphate. Fructose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6-biphosphate. Fructose 1,6-biphosphate undergoes cleavage and produces PGAL and DHAP. That PGAL, 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, is converted into 3-phosphoglyceric acid, 2-phosphoglyceric acid, phosphoenol pyruvic acid, and end product of glycolysis is pyruvic acid. This pyruvic acid is first subjected to decarboxylation. How many carbon atoms are present in the pyruvic acid? Pyruvic acid is 3-carbon compound because it is produced from 6-carbon glucose, and at the end of the glycolysis there we are going to get 2 molecules of 3-carbon compound, that is pyruvic acid. So pyruvic acid or pyruvate, anything you can refer, no difference at all. So pyruvic acid is 3-carbon compound and this is undergoing decarboxylation. What is meaning of decarboxylation? Removal of carbon dioxide. Addition of the carboxylation is called only carboxylation. Removal of the carbon dioxide is called decarboxylation. And for decarboxylation, the enzyme required is pyruvic acid decarboxylase. Pyruvic acid decarboxylase is the enzyme which helps in decarboxylation or catalyzes the decarboxylation. From pyruvic acid, 1 molecule of carbon dioxide is removed. At the same time, here NADH, energy molecule, NADH plus H plus, it is reduced to NAD plus. That means hydrogen of NADH are added to convert the pyruvic acid into 2-carbon compound, that is ethanol. Ethanol is a 2-carbon compound. What happens to one another carbon atom? The pyruvic acid is subjected to decarboxylation. 1 molecule of carbon dioxide is removed so that 3-carbon compound pyruvic acid is converted into 2-carbon compound. And along with that, the same carbon dioxide is liberated as a byproduct. As the NADH is reduced to NAD plus, one more enzyme is required, and for this purpose the required enzyme is alcohol dehydrogenase. The name of the enzyme is alcohol dehydrogenase is the enzyme where the hydrogen is removed from NADH and NADH is converted into NAD+. This is also energy consuming process. During fermentation, whether it is alcohol fermentation or it is lactic acid fermentation, there is no production of energy, and in turn actually the energy is utilized. This is the schematic representation. Let me show you one more thing. For alcoholic fermentation, only this much part you need to represent. Actually, both of them are given in the NCERT book, but for alcoholic fermentation, not necessary to mark this one. You start with glucose, up to this one you need to represent as it is, and then go for only this part of the reaction for the schematic representation of alcoholic fermentation. Then final net gain, or how much ATP molecule is produced. Net ATP production from the fermentation of one glucose molecule is 2. Only 2 ATP molecules are produced, because 4 ATP molecules are produced in the glycolysis, but in glycolysis only 2 ATP molecules are utilized, so that there will be no another production of ATP. The net gain of ATP molecule during the fermentation is only 2 molecules, and those 2 molecules are produced during the glycolysis only, because during fermentation there is no production of any ATP molecule. So this is about alcoholic fermentation. Then one more is lactic acid fermentation, and again schematic representation. For lactic acid fermentation also, the starting molecule is pyruvic acid, and again pyruvic acid is product of glycolysis, and this pyruvic acid is converted into lactic acid. Lactic acid fermentation is carried out by the bacteria. For example, previously only I have shown that image, lactic acid bacteria. In animals, when oxygen is inadequate during exercise, this one is important. Pyruvic acid in muscle cell is reduced to lactic acid by the enzyme called lactate dehydrogenase. Even in the human body also, when a person is doing some exercise, when oxygen is not supplied in required quantity or adequate quantity, when the deficiency of oxygen occur during the exercise, muscle cells of the human body, they also shift to anaerobic respiration, and in the muscle the pyruvic acid is reduced to lactic acid with the help of an enzyme called lactate dehydrogenase. So lactic acid fermentation is also initiated by pyruvate. The initial representation remains same for this process also. The glycolysis is required for both alcoholic fermentation as well as for the lactic acid fermentation. It is occurring in the cytoplasm, and end product of glycolysis is pyruvic acid. If yeast is present, alcoholic fermentation will be carried out. If lactic acid bacteria is present, the pyruvic acid undergoes lactic acid fermentation, and pyruvic acid is converted into lactic acid. The pyruvic acid conversion into lactic acid, it is also taking place in the cytoplasm, and the conversion is catalyzed by the enzyme lactate dehydrogenase. Lactate dehydrogenase is the enzyme which converts pyruvic acid into lactic acid. One thing you need to notice, during alcoholic fermentation, along with the ethanol or ethyl alcohol, the carbon dioxide is liberated because of decarboxylation process. But during the lactic acid fermentation, the carbon dioxide is not liberated or not produced. There is no liberation of carbon dioxide during lactic acid fermentation because pyruvic acid is not undergoing decarboxylation. Then finally, the schematic representation for lactic acid fermentation. These initial steps of the reaction are representing glycolysis. End product of the glycolysis is pyruvic acid. This pyruvic acid combines with NADH and H plus. It is converted into NAD plus. Hydrogen of NADH are added to pyruvic acid, that is dehydrogenase. NADH hydrogen are removed and they are added to pyruvic acid. Then pyruvic acid is converted into lactic acid. At the end of the fermentation, if lactic acid is obtained, this represents the lactic acid fermentation. If the alcohol and carbon dioxide are produced at the end of fermentation, that represents alcoholic fermentation. Again, this part not necessary to represent while writing the schematic representation of lactic acid fermentation. Only this one will remain up to pyruvic acid, then represent this portion of the schematic representation. Then last point, during the lactic acid fermentation also the total ATP molecules produced are only 2 molecules, and they are not produced during the fermentation, they are produced during the glycolysis. So whether it is alcoholic fermentation or it is lactic acid fermentation, the net profit of ATP molecules is only 2, and those 2 ATP molecules are produced during the glycolysis, not during the fermentation. Then last point, drawback of the fermentation. What is the limitation or drawback, demerit of the fermentation? The drawback of the fermentation is, in both lactic acid and alcohol fermentation, not much energy is released. Less than 7% of the energy in glucose is released, because glucose is subjected to incomplete oxidation due to the absence of oxygen, or as the oxygen is not utilized during fermentation, glucose is subjected to partial oxidation, so that the glucose is completely not utilized. Less than 7% of the energy which is in the glucose is released during fermentation. The total amount of energy which is present in the glucose, it's 7% of the energy, very less amount of the energy is released during the fermentation. The ultimate reason for this one is that because of incomplete oxidation of the glucose molecule. Then the fermentation is hazardous process, because either it produces lactic acid or it produces the alcohol. It is not at all beneficial process, it is hazardous process. There is very less amount of energy is liberated, and the product may be either lactic acid or it may be alcohol. For the same reference, the sentence here you can observe, the net production of ATP from fermentation of one glucose molecule is 2. Totally 4 ATP molecules are produced during the glycolysis, but 2 of them are consumed in the glycolysis only. Only 2 molecules of ATP remain at the end of anaerobic respiration, and that to be those 2 molecules are produced during the glycolysis. Fermentation is not characterized by production of any ATP molecule. So this is about the fermentation. Hope the explained part is clear for you. Rest of the things I will continue in the next video. Thank you.